you not appreciate something like that? So I brought you out here to show you the outside of the window that I was pointing at. This window already got replaced, and now I just need to go through and do some caulking. Now, this caulking gun is the better one of the two styles that I get, which is the cheap ones. But this has the 2 bars that run like that instead of the cup that runs underneath, because I've come across the situations where if your caulking is too cold, if you're working in winter or whatever, those style will bend and it won't release the caulk like it's supposed to. So I prefer this style here if anybody's interested. And now the caulking that I'm using for the window is just some Home Depot brand clear. It's not Home Depot brand, but it's stuff I got from Home Depot. It's for, let's see, it's for windows, doors. This is going to go on the outside, and then whatever I have left over in the tube is going to go on those vents, or the ducting caps that I made, and I did make another one. So we've got 2 now, and we're going to be able to use the rest of this to seal them up. So without further ado, I'm going to put some on the top here, and then I'm also going to put some around the window so it's completely sealed. Right, so there is also this issue that I'm not entirely sure of, where people say do not caulk the bottom of your window. This window has little weep holes right here, which is on the frame itself, and they protrude farther out than the very bottom of the window. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this or not, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to caulk underneath as well, so that this is entirely sealed up, and any water that does end up dripping in here still has a weep hole here and a weep hole here that it can get out of. So if I was me and I paid for this job, then I would be pissed and I would want a refund. But just cosmetically, it really is not pretty, and it's white. It goes on white and it dries clear, but it's sealed. No water's getting in there, so I'll take it. All right, here's that second cap. We're calling it a cap because it's a homemade deal, and I don't know what else to call it. But got that second cap here, and right there is where it's going. So I'm just gonna caulk around here, and then I'm gonna put this on top, and then I'll go grab a cinder block or 2 and set it on top of that. All right, good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to be working on the flooring for this bedroom. Now let me show you, turn the camera around. This is the flooring. You can see the color there against that and the white walls. It's really gonna look nice. But this is supposed to be like just lay the boards down. It was pretty top dollar flooring because it has the laminate, the underlayment already attached, and it's 100% waterproof, which is what we wanted. This here is my table saw, and I'm going to be using this to make some rip cuts on. It'll most likely be at the end of the job. Don't judge the mess too harshly. Right there, I've got my chop saw. That's going to be used to cut the length. And as far as I go, right here is going to be my board that I bang them together with. I always use a marker because it's just easier to see. This is a profiler. The way this works is you just push this in here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And it shows you the profile of what it. Gotta have a hammer. And then right here is my jigsaw for all that will give me. Now, if you didn't have one of these fancy profilers, what you can do, I'll show you here, is every one of these boxes, or every one of these stacks comes with a box, some cardboard. So what you can do is you could set that against the wall, make your marks on the cardboard, and then that could be your profiler. It's just a bit of a cheaper way to go, and it works just as good. I did that for many years. In fact, this is my first time having a profiler. So hopefully this works just as good as the cheap method of using cardboard. So we'll see. Also, so anytime you're dealing with flooring or anything like that, so it tends to expand and contract with the weather. So what they say is that you have to have it inside the environment it's going to be laid. So inside the house for I think a week. So it has enough time to acclimate and get the same temperature as its surrounding environment. Now you can see I only got a few boxes here, and I have a ton more boxes in the back room. Still in the house, it's all the same temperature throughout the house. So I've just been pulling in a few boxes. Now, when I knock these out, then I'll be able to go grab some more. And these few boxes here, it'll probably take me to about here. Maybe a little bit more. But right here also is my cap. It's not sitting as flat as I like it to, but we'll see how that goes. If I need to go and get some floor leveler or something to put around it. I know over here, I'm more than likely going to end up having to do that because there is quite a gap right there. It's pretty big. I would say probably about 3/8 of an inch maybe. So here we go. Look at that gap. So I've got a low spot here, and I need to get some leveler anyways. This is frustrating because I was ready to start. All right, bear with me. I'm just stopping a minute to take a view. view of the mountain range here. How do you not appreciate something like that? So this had time to dry all night. And I'll tell you, it does look pretty decent. So let's take a look here. I'll take it. It's not perfect, but I'll tell you what, that's going to help a lot. That was a really bad divot. Now, one thing I did notice is that this has still got a gap on it. So we'll do another batch. We'll run it along this whole wall here. And then hopefully this afternoon I'll be able to start laying the flooring. All right, so it's all dry, and now I've got one board down just to check the level, and it looks pretty decent to me, so I think we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, tastes like magic. Got to have it. Tastes like magic. Got to have it. I want it now, I want it later. Chasing a dream, put it on paper. Nothing can stop me, not even hate.
10 and an 8.
Tastes like
Oh, it's bad. It's a lot better. All right, right here I've got a 1/3 piece and a 2/3 piece. Now, since I started with a full piece over here, I'm gonna go with a 1/3 or a 2/3 piece. Finish the rest out with full pieces till I get to the end. Custom cut down there. And then down here, I'll start again with the 1/3 piece and just keep repeating that pattern, full, 2/3, 1/3. All right, so I've hit a good point to stop today. I'm gonna go ahead and get a quick cleanup, but this is what it looks like now. A little bit of a glare from the sun, sorry. And then I ran into this little joint right here. You're not supposed to be able to see that gap. It's actually supposed to look more like that. So I gotta play around with it. And I don't really want to do it right now, so I think I'll wait till tomorrow. Pick you guys up then. So what I did was I took my scraper here and I just stuck that right there against the wall and then pried. Didn't take much pressure and it messed up the wall just a little bit. Not too bad. There's lots of spots that I'm gonna have to touch up. But as you can see, the gap is closed. And it looks exactly the same as the other one, just as it should. So, now it's locked in. Hopefully it's not going anywhere. There is room for expansion on the edge, and it's about right around 1/8 of an inch. So hopefully that's enough. I really don't want to give it too much space because then I'll have the edges of these things popping off. That happened in the other room that got fixed by the contractors, and that's not something that I want. So here we go, back at it. Brought my knee pads in today. I don't want to be hurting over the next few days.
Hey y'all, watch this.
So I'm stuck here with the same problem I was before, but my little trick wasn't working again. And I'm thinking it's because there's no stud behind the wall right there. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take this up, these 2 rows, and try again. But this time I'm gonna start over here. We'll see if me working backwards will help to seat all of the joints. All right, I got this part done, which was the really hard part. But now I'm having problems with this joint here. So I guess off to Home Depot to buy the right tool for the job. All right, so now I went and I got the right tools for the job. This is for the long edge to pound it in. This is for the short edge to pound it in, and it's just a little, it's got a little hook on each end. This smaller side, because you can see it's got a thinner profile at the bottom here. This is where I tap it with the hammer. This is where it pulls, and it's got some loop side of Velcro on the back side so that I don't scratch any of the flooring I'm putting in. It's amazing what I can do when I get the right tools for the job. On to the next. All right, so here is my jigsaw. It's got numerous different settings, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it on the lowest setting, see how that does, and if I need to kick it up, I will. Definitely too low, need to kick it up.
Sometimes I'm a sinner, sometimes a saint, sometimes a good man, sometimes I ain't. I walk the right road, but I take the wrong path. One thing's for sure, I give them both all I have. I'm a little side of heaven, living on the hill. I caught between the good Lord and the devil himself. Where I'll end up, it's too soon to tell.
A much better tool for the job on this side, but that is exactly what I need.
Sometimes I'm found, sometimes I get lost. If there's one thing that I surely know, there's a battle being waged in my soul. I'm a little side of heaven, living on the hill. I caught between the good Lord and the devil himself. Where I'll end up,
friends, here we are. The entire room has been floored. Now what I did here is there is a little bit less than an inch. And that is for the transition. Still have to do some paint touch-up, but I wasn't too concerned about that until after I got this all done. And look at that floor against that beam. Now, I said that I had plans for that receptacle. That receptacle is gonna get a piece of 1 by 12. I'm gonna cut it into as close to the square as I can get. Use my router on it, and then it's gonna match the beam over there, which will also tie into the floor. And I have grand ideas on building new doors and reframing when I go to do the trim work. That's gonna happen anyways. But all the doors, you can see I didn't really care about getting paint all over them or anything, and that's why. So that was fun, and just so you know, I'm gonna be continuing these videos. I'm gonna do my best to put one out every Friday. So if you're interested in following this journey, then subscribe. Make sure you like the videos if you enjoyed them, and I'll continue to know that I'm on the right path of doing what I'm supposed to be doing here as far as the editing and showing you what's getting done. And I'll see you guys on Friday.